It's your boy DameSmiff, and welcome to another episode of Musician Talks with me. And so today we're gonna kind of indulge into a nice little perspective of another side of America. And the cool thing about it is that this is going to be a pretty good representation of what America looks like right now. Now, the reason this is going to be important and it's going to be a part of the topic street life versus musicianship is because we're actually going to get a tour of a rapper's environment. And I want this to be a learning lesson for a lot of young musicians who plan on getting into the music industry. Now, the key thing here that I want you to take away from this is I want you to identify what it is you want from your musical career, what it is you are asking for from the music industry, okay? Because a lot of younger artists, they want to be things, they want to do things, they want something to say, they got like a lot of ideas and creativity they want to get out and all that cool stuff, right? It's cute and dandy, I love it, right? But the issue that you're going to run into is that is your environment setting you up for victory? Or is your environment a hindrance to what you say you're asking for from the music industry? So if you enjoy conversations like this, make sure you hit the like button, because I will be making conversations like this happen more often. And the like button will allow other people to join this conversation. So in order to do that, we have to make sure we're increasing the, I guess you could say, visibility of this content. And then the last thing I will ask you to do is hit the subscribe button, because that will help you catch my latest video. So moving forward with the conversation, a lot of what we're going to be talking about is really shaping what your environment looks like as a musician. And I'm not going to give you any specific advice. If you want that, you would have to message me, email me, or DM me. But ideally, what I want you to do is to visualize and compare and see all the options you have in front of you for you to be a successful musician. Because many of you think it's a certain piano, it's a certain software, or it's a certain computer, or maybe you gotta make a certain genre of music or talk to a certain person, sign to a certain label, or whatever it is. Consider all of it. Okay. And as we explore the different options we have in front of us, I want you to think about which ones do you think will help you reach your goals. Okay. And so today's reaction video is going to be of a video from Mr. Nick Shirley, and he's actually a really awesome YouTuber and journalist where he goes to different locations that are, either popular in culture, popular in politics and things like that, and just gives a raw perspective on it. And so without further ado, we will pull up the video with Nick Shirley. And so he's going to be exploring Chicago, and the description for the video says, in this video, I spent a full day with Chicago's most dangerous gangsters to see what life is really like inside America's homicide capital. Okay, so the key thing to take away from just that sentence alone is that we're going to be viewing this from the perspective of musicians and the environments we are crafting around us. Okay, and the bio of the video continues to say, for 13 years straight, Chicago has led the nation in murders, earning the title of the murder capital of America. So from shootouts to survival, this is the raw, unfiltered reality of gang life in Chicago. So shout out to Nick Shirley. He's going to take us from, his perspective into Chicago, and he's going to be guided by rapper Chief Spaz. And make sure you follow him and support his music as well, because that's the idea here, is to support musicians. But I want you to pay attention to the rapper Chief Spaz's environment and ask yourself if it's something you would feel would help you in your own musical journey, or whether it helps him in his own musical journey. And what I'll continue to do is I'll create a kind of juxtaposition between what a musician would need and what most people may need living in the murder capital of the United States of America. So let's get into the video.
So right now, you got this massive gun on you. What is this called?
ARP.
Whoa. And now after your brother got shot, how do you feel about gun violence? Are you ready for the gun violence to stop? Or?
Hell no.
President Trump escalating his threat to send the National Guard to Chicago after a deadly weekend there. At least 35 people shot, 5 of them killed.
There were multiple mass shootings this weekend in Chicago. At least 43 people were shot.
Expectations are growing that Chicago will be the next city to see National Guard troops on its streets.
As you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now.
Welcome to Chicago, a modern-day American battlefield where a shootout could happen at any moment. For an astonishing 13 years straight, Chicago has recorded the most homicides of any U.S. city. In 2024 alone, there were 573 murders. And among cities with over 1 million residents, Chicago has held the highest murder rate for 7 consecutive years.
Okay, we can stop right there. So if you're a musician, I want you to just answer the question right now. Do you think choosing to live here will help you be a successful musician and compete with other musicians in record sales? Yes or no? Just based off the information given to us. Because there's already, a clear understanding that people do live here. People have been successful from this place. And there is some validity to, choosing to live there. Like, there is a reason people choose to live there. So I just want you to, let me know, based on the information we just received of this place, do you think you as a musician will do a great job thriving in this location?
I headed to the west side of Chicago to go meet up with some gangsters and local rappers to see the realities, just how dangerous the city of Chicago is. Now let's go into the streets of Chicago and go meet up with the gangster and rap.
And that right there is Mr. Chief Spaz. Now, the key thing I want you to take away from this is I don't want to judge him for his lifestyle or his environment. I want to look at this man as purely a musician, okay? Because what it will then do, it will teach you as either a fan or as a fellow musician to identify a musician. Because what you'll tend to see a lot of times in the music industry is that the people who are within the industry aren't necessarily musicians. They may dibble and dabble, they may have a connection here or there, or they may really support musicians. But to actually be one, you have to know how to identify it. And I'm going to help you do that, because a lot of people claim they can, but many really cannot. Okay, so this is Chief Spaz right here. Okay, so we've not heard any music, and if you have heard his music, let me know in the comments, because I would love to check out his catalog. But we haven't heard any of his music, but we're going to just look at this as a musician explaining what his environment looks like.
For Chief Spaz. So what can we expect to see in this video today here in Chicago?
Shit, I'm gonna just breeze you through the hood. It's kind of early right now, shit. Show you how to maneuver through this bitch, take you to a couple spots.
So we just hopped in the car now, where are we going to?
Shit, pick 'em on the bro them up.
You gotta speak a little clearly. I don't know if everyone can translate hood.
I say shit, pick 'em on the bro them up.
We're gonna go pick.
So basically, he's just going to take him on a tour of the neighborhood, and based on what he said, they're just going to take him to, I guess, some spots that he normally hangs out at.
One of his brothers and head over
Down,
to. Here in Chicago, is it dangerous riding around with you? Do you got beef with other people on the south side?
Shit, nah, all my smoke come from out here, out west. Shit, yeah, it's you feel me? You just gotta know how to move, bro, how to maneuver, shit.
And what does your guys' beef come from? Is it like?
Shit, really, shit. Motherfuckers grew up fighting and shit like that.
How's
shit,
it going?
Shit went from fighting to shooting and shit like that.
When you grow up, it's fighting, and then when you get older, it's shooting.
Exactly.
So I actually can relate to this. I grew up in a neighborhood where it was very similar, and I was born in '92. So for us, it was watching WWF. That's what it was called then, the World Wrestling Federation. And a lot of us just wanted to, just be kids and like wrestle in the streets and, maybe box or slap box and things like that. But what he said is very true. What will then turn from just playful fighting and things like that will actually turn into true anger and true resentment, because you can have situations of bullying. You can have situations where, somebody's just not good enough to win whatever games or fights these kids are playing at the time. And so as you age, you build a reputation amongst the kids. And as, we get older, we build more, I guess you can say, we build our network. And so as you lose all your fights as a kid, you start to become the adult who loses all their fights. And so as adults, that can be a very different thing. And so he'll possibly explain a bit more of that, but for me, that's how it looks when you see kids going from, play fighting and roughhousing to homicides.
Exactly. Because motherfuckers don't want to keep getting punched on. A lot of motherfuckers can't take them punches. A lot of motherfuckers can't fight, but a lot of motherfuckers blow that thing. So you beat a nigga bad and you put him out there on Facebook or whatever the case may be, he gonna come back and pop the shit at you because he got put through. So why even waste your time punching on a motherfucker when 9 times out of 10 he finna come back and blow your ass down?
And right there kind of explains the exponential growth of violence within most people. And if you just remove race, if you remove hip hop, this probably transcends most of Americans, where if you've been a kid that grew up in middle school and you've been picked on, or maybe you got bullied, or you lost a fight once, or maybe you never lost a fight and you've got some kind of like ego about it, the idea of taking a loss or expecting a loss has been lost. So for most men today, they'd rather kill and go to jail than lose a fist fight, or they'd rather not risk that at all because the person they want to fist fight is going to retaliate by killing. So there's a culture of, we'll start with men that refuse to come to, physical fisticuffs. And this is not a new thing. This has been a thing in America since like the early 1900s, where we had, standoffs in the streets in front of saloons and things like that in the early 1920s and 30s. So this is not a new phenomenon. This is not an uptick in violence. It's just a shape of what has always been.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You just gotta save yourself from a lot of situations, shit.
How many times have you been shot at?
Shit, motherfucker been shot at a couple times. I actually got shot last year. A lot of people don't even know that. I got shot 2 times on my side.
And how many times have you been shot?
I've been shot 3 times.
And what did you guys get shot for? Like, what was the reason behind the shooting?
Shit, just, you feel me? Shit.
Gang banging? What do you mean when you say gang banging?
Well, shit, motherfucker ain't gonna get too deep into that shit, but you feel me? Situation, shit,
So right there is the first big red flag of your environment. And we talked about this on this channel plenty of times. And it's that being in a gang is going to hinder your success as a musician. So these young men, I don't know when they joined or their history or what gang they're in or things like that or how it works, but odds are they joined when they were in middle school, late middle school, or high school. And so at that time, where most of you watching this may have been like learning scales and like how to read key signatures and how to fucking clean a saxophone, they were learning the wrong things, taught by the wrong people. So that's the biggest red flag I see already, because that's a huge hindrance to the building blocks you would need as a young musician in order to be successful. So you got a lot of kids right now, they swear they can rap, they can bang on beats. You've seen Meek Mill with the dusty braids in the video. They were all young. But the idea of them actually honing these skills and nurturing these things are going to be hindered because of all the bull crap the people around them are putting them through.
You know what's going on?
We obviously know we got wars in Ukraine, Israel. Would you also say there's a different type of level of war here in Chicago?
Man, this shit everyday war, bro. I ain't like, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit, motherfucker signing up for the army, shit. This shit war out here too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Same way you sign up for the army. When you drop off that porch, you sign up for the streets.
When you drop off that porch?
Yeah. When you jump off that porch,
When you jump off that porch,
you sign up for the streets already.
I just feel like
Why is Nick repeating jump off that porch like he don't know what he means? I'm gonna guess y'all don't know what that means. So what that means is that when you're old enough to leave the house, basically, you know how, like, most parents in America, they think about like age 9, 10, 11, 12, you can go to the corner store on your own. That's what he's saying. If you can leave the house on your own, you're at risk of being murdered, because generally the people around here are armed, and if you get into a confrontation or break some kind of cultural rule, like maybe being in a certain neighborhood, wearing certain colors of clothing, saying certain things. We recently had the MS-13 attack little girls because they were fighting in school. So these things like that are threats to young children, young people, but especially our young musicians in context of what we're talking about, if you want to be a successful musician.
I feel like it's a little crazy over there because they at war, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We got police in our way, you feel me? So a lot of shit, motherfucker gotta be cool, or motherfucker gotta stay humble. Motherfucker gotta stay humble in it.
So one thing I did notice too with what he just said, with them being gang affiliated, he said police are in our way. They are in our way. That means in his mind, this person in the back seat, I don't think is a rapper, but let's say he's, you know, affiliated with some kind of musical job, being that he's around Chief Spaz. Remember I told you about the people you hang around, right? So let's assume he has something musical to do with Chief Spaz, right? He just said that the police are in their way. So I want you to let me know in the comments. Do you think he means the police are in their way to sell records, to sell merch, to write rhymes, to maybe learn an instrument, to maybe teach an instrument, teach how to rap, run a studio, to learn how to be a audio engineer, maybe work a drone for music videos? What are the police in the way of them doing, right? And so when you put it this way, when you look at it from this perspective of a musician, you'll see why being in a gang is a hindrance for many rappers.
I knew Spaz wasn't joking around about this stuff, because as soon as I would point my camera outside of the window and accidentally get his mirror in the car, he would freak out and tell me I gotta delete the footage.
You see the mirror though? You see my mirror? Obviously, what about letting the window up?
Yeah,
let the window up real. Take that off. Delete that part. Like, let the window up.
So just riding around with you, Spaz, is it risky for me? Like, is it like, do you got beef just anywhere in these streets?
Man, I ain't into it, niggas. Niggas into it me, bro. The way this shit going, bro, it ain't even about me just riding around into it. You could be at the wrong place, wrong time, yo. Bullets ain't got no name. And the racks, I'm different.
Your car sounds like it's about to fall apart. How do you guys make your money out here?
So he did mention what I said earlier. You could just be at the wrong place, wrong time. And he claims that a lot of his issues that he has in his neighborhood is just people either probably being jealous of him. There are situations where people are just, you know, they can kind of just see you as a target or something to bully on. And maybe he feels that he's, you know, arming himself to defend himself. But for many of these people, again, it's because of proximity. Like, you can see that the gang affiliation, the location, as well as the lifestyle of basically just riding around this morning picking up people, is gonna breed opportunities for this situation. So he's not in school, he's not, you know, on his way to work, he don't got no uniform, so, you know, he's doing what he needs to do, and that's his lifestyle. So I'm not really gonna judge him for that. It just is what it is for him as an artist. I just wish he had less hindrances for him to do what he needs to do in the studio and on stage.
Shit, I hustle by any means, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I trap, I do it all. But that was good at making money, I'm gonna do it.
And that's pretty much the pitfall of many musicians, is that they fall into the hustler rut. Now, the hustler rut is a thing that can hit all of us as musicians, but it's a thing that you want to have as, you know, a tool on your belt, not make it a part of your career, right? So what he may be talking about could just be a time for him. It just could be a chapter, like, you know, maybe a year, 2, 3, right? But what you don't want to happen as a musician is you wind up losing focus on why you're really calling yourself what you call yourself, which is a rapper. So if you are a hustler, then hustle the music.
What kind of education do you got? You got college degree, high school degree?
High school. I graduated high school. Though I ain't gonna cap in. I was bad as hell, but I still made it.
Now that we had gathered some of Chief Spaz's boys, we headed over to the west side and went inside of their hood. And later in this video, we'll be gathering some of the gangsters to have a roundtable discussion about what is up with all this gang violence. But for right now, I want to show you guys inside of their hood. We've now met up with some of Spaz's boys, and we're walking on the block. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. He's saying I can't film his car, I can't do this, that, because he got rivalries. And we're here on Ridgeway, Huron. Who would be the rivalry of the west side? Would it be the south side, north side, east side?
What you mean?
Like, is there rivalries in between these neighborhoods, between the north and south and west and east?
I mean, it's shit going on here, bro. It's a whole bunch of clicking up out here, all type of shit. You got niggas from up, out south, over east, clicking over niggas from out west, and all type of shit. So that's why I say you gotta just be on point out here at all times.
In the map.
So I want you to let me know if that's a red flag for you as a musician. Do you think that'll be a hindrance if, like, people are clicking up and making groups and things like that? Everyone's armed and just the opportunity of jealousy could breed a homicide. Do you think that'll be a good thing? Because he didn't explain this as if they were a bunch of music groups or if there's, like, you know, just organizations being spawned like the fraternities you see in college. He just said people are clicking up.
Let's go to the mask for right now. I don't see any. I'm not coughing anywhere. What do we got the mask on for?
Come on, man. You know why, though. You know why. They know why. They know why.
They don't know why. That's why I'm asking.
They do know why. We out here in these stretches. We want a nigga to do this. Is that him? So we can already, yeah, that's him. You feel me? Come through here playing, trying to come up to this. We gonna leave your ass right here in this lot. Don't come through playing. We gonna leave your ass right here in this lot. They finna build some more shit right here too, though.
That threat?
However you want to take it.
Okay.
Them people be on bullshit. They be watching off that camera too.
Right. Like, we can't even party or do nothing, man. The police come through this bitch and shut us down.
For real,
On my
you
dead
feel me?
homie, no, I ain't ducking shit on my dead homies.
So they've been outside for probably like 20 minutes. It looks like it's about like 10 a.m. Maybe going on 11 a.m. I'm not really sure what the goal here is as a rapper, but again, when I talk about like environment and things like that, one of the things you want to have in place is a schedule. You want to have events in your schedule that you have either that are going to be productive for you or are going to help you, you know, learn or explore your musicianship. So like, let's say I was a gangster rapper or something like that, right? For some reason, I want to rap about mean things over beats, right? And I decide that I want to link up with my friends. One of those friends is going to be able to make beats and the other friend is going to be able to run, like, I don't know, YouTube or help us package this music while I just create. I don't know why we would just, you know, chill for like an extended long time. Like, I've done it, but it's just you'll realize very quickly it's not productive.
Okay, I'm savage. That's what they call me, savage for.
Turn them up. We chilling
Okay.
right now.
I ain't never ducked shit.
Never
I'm
done
big.
shit.
So what do you got tattooed on the
Police
face?
on me too.
Cool,
on cocaine.
man.
I-
Cool.
What do you got tattooed? What do you got tattooed on the face?
Well, I got a tattoo on my face.
Yeah, right there. You look like you
Symbol.
got symbol. What's it mean?
But I mean, hey, just know, man. Real shit going on.
Okay, so this is one thing that I don't know. I don't know if gangsters like this. I don't know when they hear this, they get like goosebumps or some shit. But when you're around people, and let's say this was at a business meeting, right? And they asked someone with you, hey, what is the tattoo on your face? I want you to let me know in the comments. Do you think that person would A, answer the question, or B, not answer the question? And the only reason I'm pointing that out is because it's tattooed on his face, but he's trying to be ambiguous about what it means. So I don't know if this is just some gangster thing where, like, people who are gangsters, they do very obvious behavior, and then when you ask them about it, they act coy and shy and like they curl up into little balls. I don't know what that is, but the reason I'm pointing that out is because this is supposed to be Chief Spaz's brother, homie, friend, right? What do you think of this man and how he represents Chief Spaz right now based on his behavior? We don't know him at all, but if Chief Spaz was booked for your venue, if Chief Spaz was performing for your birthday, this guy is going to be here.
Man,
You guys in a gang or what? Is like a gang symbol on your face or what?
these my brothers. I'm a Muslim.
Muslim. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many times you been done shot? Let's see.
3.
You got
Wow.
Shot right here, looks like. Another shot right there.
Like that.
Oh, you got a bullet inside your body.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
it's bad you've been shot too.
There's a foreign object inside this man's torso. there's literal decaying metal in this man's torso. And he's, wow. So yeah, he's definitely hindered.
Right here, right here, right here. You got one bullet shot right here.
And then Chief Spaz himself has been shot. We don't know why, but just think, if you were managing this artist, he's been shot.
Here, one right there, and then you have a literal bullet in your rib.
Yeah.
What kind of bullet you got in here?
It's like a 40.
40. And that hurt when I go like that?
Yeah, no, I can't feel that shit.
What'd you get shot for?
That shit, being me, being one of them niggas.
So that's what I mean. So he was asked a direct question, and then I want to know, do you think the direct question should A, be answered, or B, not answered? Now, we always have the conversation about incriminating ourselves and things like that, and that could be one part of why he's not answering it, but it's not why we're having this video. The reason we're watching this video is because Chief Spaz hangs out with this guy. So for whatever reason this guy was shot, Chief Spaz is cool with him. Now, they could be, school friends or things like that, but we're not having the conversation about being friends. We're not having a conversation about, being bros. We're having the conversation literally about whether or not your environment as a musician will be a hindrance to your success.
And did it hurt when you got shot? Like, what did it feel like? Was it like an adrenaline rush?
I ain't gonna lie, this one, when I got shot in my stomach, that motherfucker hurt. But when I got shot in my leg and my arm, that shit ain't hurt. But on cold, when I got shot in my stomach, that shit hurt.
When you get shot like that and you keep the bullet in your body, does that give you some street respect?
I really don't know, but they ain't take my bullet out because I lost too much blood, and they said they would have took my bullet out, I would have died.
What do the girls think about the bullet?
So he didn't answer the street respect question, and the real answer, we've heard plenty of rappers explain it, that you don't get any more street respect for being shot. You don't. People try to, like, they'll put you on Facebook, and you see like him, he's trying to play it like it's pretty cool to be shot, like he's got a bullet sticking in his stomach and things like that, but he was pretty honest right there where he was like, I don't really know if I got like street cred for this, but we're about to see if women respect him for this.
When they take the shirt off, they're like, dang, this guy got some respect on his name.
They be trying to touch it and shit on.
So it helps in the bedroom, the bullet. As Chicago is the murder capital of America, nearly 10,000 people have died from gun violence since 2010. And it's gotten so bad that certain neighborhoods in the past have called for ceasefires between gangs inside of the areas.
They're asking gang members to pledge to a ceasefire from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
Okay, that's dumb. I have a big issue with politics in Chicago, but it's bigger than this little gang shit, because Chicago's been like this with like the mob since like the birth of Chicago, but that's dumb. You're going to ask people who shoot at teenagers to stop just so you can work? That's just dumb.
So many people dying from gun violence in Chicago. I want to speak with one of the gangsters here to see if the cycle is breakable. So right here is a spot where your brother died? Here in Chicago, it's pretty much the murder capital.
So this man right here, his brother was killed by gun violence. We don't know if his brother was a rapper or musician, but it adds a little bit of context to the environment these musicians need to live in Chicago.
United States, so a lot of these shootings and murders have reason to them, or is it just like, I shoot you, you shoot me? This is war.
Shit. Just be trying to get a name for this stuff right now, shorty. I ain't gonna lie.
Like a name.
So he's saying, from his perspective, that people are shooting each other in Chicago just to say that they have shot someone in Chicago.
To get respect?
You feel me? Yeah, like street credibility, shorty. That shit ain't really none. That's what it's really funny these days.
So it's just for street cred these days to shoot somebody and kill them?
For real, for real. But then when the motherfucker like that, shorty, motherfucker feel that pain, shorty, turn them up. Oh.
So how do you feel knowing that you're...
So, and then he said when someone dies and feel that pain, it turns them up. So I'm assuming he means that that's how the cycle pretty much continues. You'll get revenge for the person that was slain, and people will have to pretty much navigate whether or not they want to, enact on revenge, go to the police, or do nothing at all. And usually the emotions eating them up causes them to take matters into their own hands, because for the police to do it would mean following some kind of formal system that a lot of us don't really trust right now. So I wonder if that shapes his perspective, being that he literally lost a brother to gun violence. I wonder if it shapes his perspective on having a gun, using a gun, and being in this environment where gun violence continues around him, as it is the same thing that murdered his own blood brother.
Brother is dead now because somebody want to get street credit.
I feel like that shit goofy, lame. But everybody else got a day to cry. And everybody else got a day to laugh, So I'd be okay with it. No, it's life. It's life, shorty. Life ain't good.
And like, did you get revenge on that person that killed your brother? Or like, what happened?
Free him. Free him. He in jail. Free him.
And now,
So that's kind of strange. The man that killed his brother for what he claims is just street cred, and whatever street cred is to these people, is in jail. So the police did their job. They arrested him. But he wants him back out. And I don't understand that, because I don't know if that's him trying to be like a forgiving man, or if that's him trying to just be anti-police. I don't really understand why you would, like, I would be curious how his brother may see that perspective, to where you get murdered by someone for street cred, and meaning you may not even know why you were killed, for your own brother to want that killer out for the sake of possibly forgiveness or to just be anti-police. So I'm not really sure why he feels that way given his experience. But again, right here in the next frame, look who we see. My dog, rapper Chief Spaz. So Chief Spaz hangs out with this guy who, if I were to guess, and I'm just going to guess, I'm going to throw it because this is a video, we're in real time, this is my real thoughts, and you want to see what I think, right? I would guess that if Chief Spaz was a victim of gun violence, this man would want his killer free. But I don't know if that's for forgiveness or if he's just anti-police.
after your brother got shot, how do you feel about gun violence? Are you ready for the gun violence to stop? Or
Hell no.
so when somebody
Okay, so Nick literally asked him the same question in the beginning. Are you ready for gun violence to stop, end, cease, no more? I want no more murders in my town. And he said, hell no. So he wants it to continue. So it makes the question of forgiveness kind of a lesser one now, because again, this man right here, his brother was killed. The killer was arrested. And in his mind, he would like the killer to be freed and also the gun violence to continue. So if we were to identify this man with a word, I wonder what word you'd come up with to identify this man. So the man that wants gun violence to continue and lost his brother to the very thing he wants to keep happening is walking around with our favorite artist right now, rapper Chief Spaz.
kills your brother or kill somebody you love, does that make you guys want to stop the gun violence, or does that just cause more gun violence because you guys trying to get revenge, or how does that work?
Yeah, man.
Like, you think that,
You know?
So, and right there kind of like is red flag number 2 for me. All this other stuff could have been red flags for you as musicians. Let me know in the comments. But this is the number 2 red flag right here. It was Chief Spaz's reaction to the question that Nick asked him. And Nick asked him if any of this gun violence makes you want it to end. And they both kind of cheered and danced, chanting, "Get back, get back, get back, get back." Meaning they prefer revenge instead of ending the violence. So now this begs the question. When either of these men technically become victims of gun violence, do the people in the environment see them as victims? Because if not, that would, to me, explain why the violence continues. So, for example, we'll take the man right here on the right who lost his brother to gun violence. He wants the gun violence to continue. In my mind, that makes me think his brother to him is not a victim, but perhaps maybe a honorable death for what he feels is just a natural phenomenon in his environment. So if that to be true, then I would have to definitely implore rapper Chief Spaz to remove himself from this man. Now, why would I say that? Because if I were to just put my A&R hat on, if I was a manager of this rapper, right, and I looked at him as an investment, an asset, right, that would mean that this gun violence that y'all are saying you want to continue, you can't participate in because you were not there to do that. And you don't hire me to nurture you being a participant of gun violence. You've hired me as your manager or your A&R or your studio manager or whatever I do for you as a rapper, Chief Spaz. I do this in order to help you succeed in the music industry, not the streets. So there's a huge red flag in Chief Spaz's mindset which kind of represents the results he's been getting, represents the environment he chooses to keep himself within. And so this goes back to when he was riding in the car and he was saying, man, I kind of just hustle. I do a little bit of everything. It's because his environment is not set up for him to thrive through music. He has to thrive through other means because he is not in the mindset to focus on music and make it a priority for him.
Get robbed.
It doesn't discourage anybody from gun violence. It just encourages more.
Yeah, nah, cause that shit hurt, shorty. Bro, like, we want this shit to stop. It do get crazy, shorty, but motherfuckers got real loud love when they lost game.
And they come back to just because you stop it, that don't mean another motherfucker gonna stop.
See, yeah, you could chill, gang.
You could be
ain't done chilling.
motherfuckers out here getting popped at graduation.
LOC, what does LOC mean? We got LOC here on the street, LOC. What does that mean?
Londale, Ohio crazy, and we get lots of cash.
For whatever reason, a lot of these shootings happen at gas stations. I mean, just look at this video of a man chasing a guy down with a rifle, and he kills him in broad daylight. And there's another one just like this. So we headed over to this gas station that's well known for having lots of drive-bys. How many people do you think have died here just at this gas station on the corner?
Shit, right here, a couple motherfuckers, bro. I lost my homie, 10-year, 20-year nigga. Lil Molly, he got killed right here at this pump. Shit, my other big bro boss, man, he got shot right there, bro. I ain't gonna lie, a couple motherfuckers that got shot and died in this bitch, you feel me?
So he clearly knows of people that are in his family close to him that have been murdered at this gas station that a lot of people in his neighborhood frequent. I want you to answer this one question. Would visiting this place help you as a musician, and would it help you succeed in the long term? Because there's usually a question, especially when it comes to street rappers, and this is another hindrance of street rappers, there usually is a question to street rappers as to why they leave, why they don't come back to their neighborhoods. So I want you to just think for 4 seconds about what he just said. He named about 7 people that were murdered in the 100 square feet around him. And they're there just giving a tour, but he actually chooses to live here. So the problem that you're going to run into is that he now has to figure out how to be a successful rapper amidst this. That's what he's set up against. And for many people, they would be very, torn if he chose to leave in order to continue to pursue his music. But for actual musicians who understand that he's going to need to be in the studio and go to concerts and learn how to read music and learn how to network and be a businessman and a salesman and meet cool people and pretty women, he cannot frequent these locations because for some reason in this location, people want to point guns and rifles at you instead of just getting gas. So I say this as a musician who, I just look at it as a musician, and that's what I'm getting you to practice doing right now. But he does not agree with me. So the issue that we're going to run into for most musicians and rappers in this situation is that there's going to have to be a cultural shift / mindset shift. He literally has to believe that the place that he's placing his feet on right now is a threat to him, that he could possibly be a victim within the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, he's going to hang out here long enough for him to become what he thinks is not a victim, but which would be a victim of gun violence. Now, the issue that is probably going to be the last thing on this is that all of that I laid out in front of you, the reason he disagrees with this is because when they were walking with Nick Shirley, they said, you can stop the gun violence, but that doesn't mean the next person will. So what's shaping his mindset is that he's in defense mode. He's here, but the location he's standing in, he's not technically the threat. He's just in existence. So in his mind, he's like, why should I leave? Which is understandable. And then in his mind, he's thinking, well, I'm not doing anything bad. It's those guys, and I'm just defending myself. But mind you, at the beginning of this, what was my first red flag? He's gang affiliated. So a lot of the things that are going to be coming his way really aren't about him as an individual, but his music is.
This our gas station. This is where we come. We call this bitch the C station, not the gas station. C station.
How many people that get shot and die, how many of those killers do you think are still walking the streets?
What you mean?
Like how many people get away after they kill somebody?
Shit, I don't know. It don't take us that long. It don't take us that long for a get back.
So even just here at this gas station, they got private security. Because over here at the C station, what they call it, it has been a hot spot for drive-bys and other shootings.
I can only imagine the business owner trying to operate this, but the business owner has to run a gas station, probably has to deal with the rapport of owning the murder capital's local gas station, and he hired private security. Now, another thing I noted too was that Nick asked Chief Spaz, was there any kind of like indication of people getting caught after murders? And he was like, he doesn't know, but it doesn't take long for get back. Now, this is kind of a roundabout thing that will probably be in another video, but another part of his environment that we just got highlighted was that they probably know who did most of these crimes. Most of these murders where you see large groups of people, with the one video where you saw a bunch of girls and things like that running and getting shot at by just strange men in masks, they kind of know who's doing this, whether it be the group or whether it be an individual. So, like you said, it doesn't take long to get back, but we kind of have to highlight why it doesn't take that long.
Because over here at the C station, what they call it, it has been a hot spot for drive-bys and other shootings. How old are you?
I can't even say my age on the hood.
What?
I can't.
Why is everybody so secretive here?
Why is everybody so secretive here? So again, the man is getting an interview on what would be one of the biggest YouTube channels right now, and he's just walking the streets, but he won't give his age.
Why just
we out west with it.
Mm-hmm.
We out west with it on the hood.
Do you have to walk around?
But he is wearing a mask, so we already see that he's not a professional individual, and his parents probably don't have any kind of like hold on him because he's literally walking around with a mask on, right? But the thing is that him not telling his age would lead us to believe he's underage. So an underage boy is walking around what would be a murder gas station. They call it the C station. But the thing I'm trying to highlight here is that why is Chief Spaz hanging with this guy?
The shiesty here?
Yeah.
Underage shiesty boy. Like, why are you hanging out with him, right? You hear it in the lyrics. He's the fall guy. You don't want to give your age because when you go to jail, we know you're gonna get lighter time. You don't want to put the shiesty down and actually figure out how to help Chief Spaz because you're waiting to go to jail. Like, think about what questions Nick can ask this guy that he's actually going to answer. Just just imagine what he could ask him that would be of value.
Why do you walk around with a shiesty?
Because motherfuckers got ops out here.
You got ops?
Play no games.
Like, are you in high school still?
Yeah, I'm still.
He's a high schooler. So Chief Spaz hanging out with a high schooler that's got ops at a murder gas station called the C Station. Again, if you were my artist, I would have flown you out of Chicago probably like 3 months ago. I don't know why you're hanging out here. You need to be in the studio. It looks like it's like 11:30 in the morning.
No, actually, I'm out of high school.
Yeah.
I got kicked out.
And what do you hope that happens with your life?
So he got kicked out of high school, meaning he didn't finish. So he's supposed to be there, and he didn't.
Future.
Shit, I hope we get better. I ain't going back. Hope we get better, because actually, in the time the situation I'm in now.
What is he doing right now?
What's your current situation?
Family fucked up. We all arguing, doing a whole bunch of bullshit. It's just chaos.
So what do you think would be the solution to get yourself out of the chaos? Would it be to go to college?
So Nick is asking a really good question. This is a question you only ask people because you actually care. He's asking, what do you think you can do to get yourself out of this chaos you just explained to us? Go to college, get a job. I don't know, maybe help Chief Spaz write a hit record.
Education, move out of Chicago?
Yeah, then I move out of Chicago. Like, motherfuckers been thinking about moving out of Chicago. Motherfuckers been posting on their stories, talking about they finna move out of Chicago, do this, do that. I'm like, damn. I've been looking at them, I'm like, motherfuckers finna get out the rap. That shit crazy.
What's your plan to get out of Chicago?
Once I get my shit back in order, I'm gonna move out. I'm done. I might just go back.
Damn. So this is a bit sad. It's a bit sad, but it's real. He's a victim. He's a victim. He's suffering from something. Something in his household got him kicked out of high school, got him talking the way he's talking, because he was reluctant to give his age because he thought it would get him in trouble. But when he saw that Nick actually was like letting him speak and he got to like actually use his mind and it started to work, it felt good to him. And now that he's talking, you can hear the kind of innocence coming out of him. He's like, yeah, I want to leave Chicago. I'm not really a bad person. And then I'm pretty sure if he makes it out of Chicago, we'll probably never recognize him because he'll turn it around. But the thing is if he's not smart enough to stay away from C Station, I don't think it's gonna matter all these nice things he wants to do. Like, you have to literally be intentional. So when people ask your age, should you answer the question? When people ask you, what do you do for a living? What is the answer? Like, if you don't have this in order, and that's what he said, like, once I get my shit in order, I'm gonna leave Chicago. And it's like, well, yeah, that's true, but you've been hanging out at this gas station since you got kicked out of high school. So you need to, like, take a real hard look at, you know, what Chief Spaz is trying to do. Maybe compare that to, like, maybe the homeless guy in Chicago and be like, all right, which one of these ends of the spectrum I want to be on? Because I'm gonna guess he's like 17, 18. He don't know shit. But him not knowing nothing doesn't mean that he needs to put on a shiesty and walk around with Nick Shirley at the C Station.
Go back to Minnesota.
Living here in Chicago, we've been talking with these guys right here. Is it pretty dangerous to be walking around these streets?
Hell yeah, I ain't gonna, bro.
Is that why you're walking around with the shiesty?
I got upped on by 4 pipes in one day.
He got 4, basically, if you didn't understand what he said, he had 4 guns pulled on him in one day. So he had 4 opportunities to either get maimed or killed in 24 hours. Again, I don't know why Chief Spaz hangs around this guy, because where you walk into where you wound up dodging 1 bullet to the next, to the third, to the 4th.
One shot, but didn't hit me. I swear to God, one of them shot, but didn't hit me. And that was the first day I ever even knew how to hit a lick on my grandma.
Okay, well, there you go. He kind of told on himself right there. And that's kind of what I mean by, like, he's a victim. Like, he said that, yeah, so now I'm starting to think the guns pulled on him weren't ops. He was the ops. So now he's saying that he had 4 guns pulled on him. One of them fired and missed. And that was the day he learned how to hit a lick. Do you think he was, like, you know, going to the library, doing some corny shit? You think he was, like, you know, just jogging down the street playing Pokemon Go and somebody just started pulling guns on him? The shiesty is it's a dead giveaway. Look, if I were to give him advice, throw the shiesty in the trash, get the nearest bus ticket to some kind of growing town where you can go to school. Like, you need to do that. And even if that means leaving your parents and all your friends and things like that, and stop posting on social media, because apparently y'all are not doing anything on social media anyway. So that's my advice to you, dude. Just get out of this crappy situation. Back to Chief Spaz.
Swear to God, one of them shot, but didn't hit me. And that was the first day I ever even knew how to hit a lick on my grandma.
And what's the history of this gas station? We hear that we got a lot of, I've heard a lot of people been shot at this gas station, a lot of drive-bys.
Yes, it's been a lot of drive-bys.
Is it a little unsettling knowing that everybody, for the most part, is walking down strapped?
So, okay. This is kind of one of the things I do want to point out, too. I'm going to just say this because this is what be on my mind. This man looks 60. Why is he here? How long do you have to stay here until you leave? Like, I don't understand why this man chooses to be here at his age, and the town has never gotten better, and they've been 13 years the murder capital, and this is called the C Station. I don't understand why he's standing here at his age. Like, this should look like a high school frat fucking store. There should not be elderly people. There should not be old men. I don't understand this. There should barely be businesses. I don't understand this.
Around these streets?
Yeah. You know, we get that a lot. You know, a lot of guys coming here with guns and stuff like that. But, you know, they kind of respectful when they come inside the gas station.
What does that mean? They're kind of respectful. So y'all live in, like, the Wild West in the 1920s. So people just walk in brandishing illegal weapons, and y'all just be like, hey, as long as you don't shoot, I'm going to stay here.
People come in. You know, I'll be knowing a lot of time when they have it on them. But, you know, they don't, you know, shows off. But, you know, we try to keep that down. You know, try to keep.
He's not even saying anything. I don't think he even realizes it. And that's kind of my point. Like, he's so old and has been here for so long. He doesn't even realize that he's not saying anything. He's been ducking danger all his life, that he doesn't even realize that he's in danger. Like, sir, when you go to the gas station and you see a man brandishing a weapon, there should be kind of like an understanding there, right? And his level of understanding is hoping nothing happens. There's no concealed carry. There's no, like, nothing. There's nothing at all.
People away from it, you know, because we have a lot of kids that comes in here, and we don't want them seeing that type of stuff, you know. So a lot of guys that comes in here with guns, they very respectful with it, though. So, you know, we don't have that kind of problem up here.
Okay.
Yep.
That's interesting because it goes right against all the murders we just got done talking about right outside.
They're good to be walking around with guns, just don't make it a problem.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Most crime in Chicago tends to happen late at night, so
I'm sorry, but some people are older, but they are not wiser. They just age.
decided to stick around the west side and hit the streets with Chief Spaz to see how quick things can churn in a matter of a few moments.
Okay, this is the second, I guess you can say, take we've seen of Chief Spaz. Now I want to note two things here. There's a huge gap of time between that gas station and now it being almost dusk. And we have not seen not one studio, not one rap, not one merch sale, not one handshake with an executive, not one producer, not anything. We just saw the bros in the hood. Now, that literally is the point of the video. Like, he's supposed to give a tour of the hood, right? The issue is that the man giving a tour of the hood is supposed to have a job, which is him being a musician, and we didn't see any of it.
Now the sun has set, and it's getting a little dark out here. You're just out here puffing. Don't puff in my face. It gives me a headache. But like, do we need to be worried? Like, is this when the drive-bys usually typically happen? Like, when
That bitch happen early, boy. Daytime, 40, boy. It ain't no day. It ain't no time living on this shit.
Why the heck are there so many deaths here? And what's the point of all this gang violence that happens here in Chicago?
That's a great question, Nick. Awesome, because he's not gonna have the answer. He's gonna give us some really cool poetic rapper shit. But that is a great question. I would love for him to be able to dive into that because I think it's bigger than these black guys and guns and just shooting random teenagers all day. I think it's more so that whatever they call gang work, they're being manipulated to do something. Like they're trying not to be specific. And I think honestly, the reason they're not being specific is because they do not know. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know why they're killing each other. They honestly believe that the violence comes from some point in high school you were mad at some boy and you shot him, and then some other family member of that boy shot you back, and they think that that's how it works. But what I truly believe is that what's happening is that after a certain point, because you're affiliated by these certain things and you've developed a certain lifestyle, you can't leave. There's nowhere for you to go. There's no way for you to just pick up and move to Wyoming and become an IT tech. There's no way, because you don't have the mindset to do it. So it being bigger than you means that it starts with your parents. Meaning that when your parents were raising you as a 4-year-old and 5-year-old and you were fist fighting and things like that with other kids, they kind of were supposed to teach you the things that most martial artists are supposed to teach you, which is like discipline, character, honor, respect, and things like that. But because, as he explained, when you lose enough fights and you don't have any honor, you do the dishonorable things like murdering the victor, right? And so in their mind, that's where it starts. They think it starts at the fight, but it really starts at the fact that all of you lack character. The older man in the gas station, he lacks accountability. Most of the people with guns around here are probably just targeting people because they have emotions about their environment. For example, when you see large groups of people at a party and you're in the car loading up your little pistol with your friends and y'all are high off weed or whatever pills y'all are, and y'all pull up and there's just a group of people outside your car and y'all see a bunch of like girls hanging with their boyfriends and you see like nice people dressed up nice and y'all point your guns at the windows and y'all start firing. What happens after that, y'all never put in the rap songs. So that's the part that is really not addressed when a lot of these rappers are in these environments, because they lack the character. They're not capable of being musicians at that point. So that's the issue that Chief Spaz is going to have to overcome. And I really hope he does, because the issues that he faces, from what we've seen so far, are self-inflicted. He's choosing to be here. He's choosing to get revenge on people. He's choosing to hang around people who've been shot multiple times, teenagers who got kicked out of school, hang around the C station. He's not pulling up on studios. He's not pulling up on musicians. He's not, in no groups, no organizations or nothing. He's gang affiliated, just in the streets, hustling. And is this going to be the environment that makes him thrive in music or in what he calls life?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Because it's a lot of, you feel me, trauma, and then that's just like, you kill a motherfucker I'm close to. I want to go kill you and a motherfucker you close to. This shit is like a cycle, bro. You feel me? That ain't gonna ever stop.
But like, real talk though, like, why don't people stop the gang violence if they know people are dying? and they know that kids that are...
That's because you want to stop. That don't mean another motherfucker want to. So you got to really keep your guards up at all times. You feel me?
Like now that the sun's going down.
Nigga shake up with you and say, yeah, it's woo. Next day, try to knock your shit off. You feel me? So it ain't...
And then there's that too. There's also betrayal. So it's a lot of tendrils going on, right? You have clearly what he's talking about, where people, you know, maybe they're doing a robbery and they carjack a girl and they kill a girl, and that girl happens to be the sister of another gang member, and that gang member goes and gets revenge and kills 2-3 extra people and makes it worse, and it just keeps going and going. That's one side of the tendril. On the other tendril, we have people who just literally betray you. Like Chief Spaz is wearing a chain. You know how many poor people would do anything to him just to get this little silly chain that's worth nothing, that matters, you know, to his life? You know, we'd rather have Chief Spaz than the chain, but people will do stupid stuff for stupid things. So there's a lot of things that are coming together, making this whole problem very, very bad and murky, which is why we are trying to figure out why a musician would choose to stay here.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't really shit a motherfucker do, bro. Unless you get rich and we move up out this bitch. You feel me?
Unless you get rich and move. It's like a science project, almost a recipe. What the finnuck? So he understands it, but he understands it to a point to where it doesn't matter to him anymore. He feels like he can't do it. That's what I think. I think the way he's saying it is that he doesn't think he's going to get rich, or he squandered his opportunity, because there's no reason for him to speak that way if he doesn't believe it to be true for himself, and he still stay here. So I'm just looking at it for what it is. Now, some people are lucky. Their parents literally are the ones that do this, and they move them out, and they never ever have to experience this. But for him, I think because of his lifestyle of A, being affiliated to a gang, and B, being affiliated to hood culture, it has attached him to people that can't help him, attached him to an environment that can't help him. Like, for example, he could ask Nick Shirley for an opportunity to maybe perform right now. And this video that I'm watching, it came out today, probably like, you know, a couple hours ago, and it has 15,000 views. But the channel itself has nearly 1 million views. You could literally put clips of your music on here, give him rights, so that way you can exploit it and things like that. But instead, we're just highlighting your lifestyle, and it's not highlighting what would be your musicianship, and that's the part that's bad. Even though you're in the hood, you need to highlight your skills, because that's why you're on camera. It doesn't matter what we link you to. It doesn't matter how many songs you put out. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you don't have skills, none of this matters. And if you can't promote your skills, you definitely don't matter. So I just want that to be a very poignant point here, because we're clear. He only spent a day with him, and it's already nighttime, and we haven't seen anything musical. And this is literally a musician.
You help your people get up out this bitch.
How old are the kids out here when they first get their first guns? When they first walk around, they first get
13, 14 and shit like that. 11.
Really?
And I just want to drive home too. The reason I'm drilling that home is because we don't see him trying to thrive as a musician in this. We see him just living. He's just living his life. Like, I don't see no keyboard. He ain't got no binder with sheet music. He ain't got no hard drive, no headphones. He don't even got a backpack. This bro right here in the street, he don't got no backpack with a laptop in it. But they have chains and cars, and they hustle. He's smoking weed, but you know. So it's, I don't know. It's a thing. Maybe they are not really trying to be musicians. Maybe music is just in one of the hustling avenues for them.
Yeah, now.
What would you say is like the most dangerous area now in Chicago? South side, west side?
Shit, both, bro. I ain't even gonna cap, because
It was 1.0.
14 about this bitch.
How old are the kids out here when they first get their first guns?
How old are the kids when they get their first gun?
When they first walk around, they first get
13, 14 and shit like that.
13, 14. So for you parents out there who are living with, you know, little musicians and things like that want to grow up and be maybe a rapper, or little girls that want to sing, when they turn 9, 10, 11, just know that the other kids around them, just like they said, maybe you want to stop gun violence. The other kids around them, they up in polls, as they say.
11.
Really?
Hell yeah, now.
What would you say is like the most dangerous area now in Chicago? South side, west side?
Shit, both, bro. I ain't even gonna cap, because west side been getting it on too. You feel? Yeah, motherfucker getting it on. You'll get your ass clapped anywhere, anytime. Like, you feel me?
Or what kind of gangs, or what are the names of the gangs here in the west and the south?
What are they doing? I don't know what they're doing. What are y'all doing? Like, I get y'all trying to show the hood, but y'all not even showing the hood. Y'all literally just walking the sidewalk. What are y'all doing? I've been in hoods, bro. Like, people go home. They go to bed and shit. Like, what are y'all doing?
Chicago?
Shit, in this area, it's CVLs.
CVS?
CVLs, conservative vice lords. What? Yeah, man, they out here. They just trying to do what they trying to do.
Here, you switch me sides. Don't want me next to you. You got me covered, right?
Yeah.
You all state, man.
I'm off the date out here.
Yeah, that's why I told you gotta.
Are you walking around strapped? You got something?
Come on, man, you know
a
what's
little
going
baby on you?
man. This shit, you know what's going on.
So he's walking around strapped right now, but I don't know where they're going.
You know what's going on.
Okay, so we do got some backup if anything does happen.
Yeah, all type of shit. But
And have you ever had to kill somebody?
I don't know what you talking about.
Oh my gosh, look at this one.
I don't kill nobody.
So people,
Now they're just showing off guns, but this will also highlight a bit of the environment as well. This is a musician. They're not pulling out saxophones. They're not pulling out guitars.
just walk around with this stuff.
I just had this shit for fun.
Oh my gosh. And what would happen if a cop pulled up right now and they saw us with this?
They got a little bit of trigger discipline. I see you, Chief Spaz. All right.
I'm belling. That's what's gonna happen. I'm belling.
So right now, you got this massive gun on you. What is this called?
ARP.
Go ahead, whip them out, whatever you want to do.
Only a little mild.
Bro pulled a AK-74 out of a backpack, but doesn't have a bulletproof vest. He's got a chain and a fitted cap. It's kind of what I mean. Like, I'm not into guns, but if I were to get into guns, I would be fully into guns. Like, I would be like into guns. I'd be like, have a workout regimen and all that shit. I don't know what y'all are doing right now. Go in the studio. Learn how to read music, black t-shirt guy.
Whoa.
You pointing guns at people, stupid.
We have a round table discussion here. On this table right here, we got 3 guns. What kind of guns we got?
ARP right here, man. Big ass thing around.
Nice Draco. Nice 357.
All right, we're gonna have a little talk. Is this something casual for you guys to see? Just guns out on tables and just always be...
So I don't even know where they are. They're probably just hanging out. But this is a typical hangout for a lot of people that are rappers when they come into the studio. They kind of just, just chill and have whatever's on the table. The thing that I want you to notice, though, as a musician is how productive is this for your career? And again, we know of Chief Spaz. We don't know what the other 2 men do, but they are armed as well in here with Chief Spaz.
In Village and what's going on here in your area?
Yeah, this is everyday thing, man. Yeah. We got to have them bitches every day.
If you guys could drop all this stuff, like not have to worry about walking around with guns or anything like that, would you guys do that? Or do you guys...
So, Nick asked another really good question. If you didn't have to walk around with guns, would you
enjoy this lifestyle?
I mean, hell yeah, we ain't have to walk around with these bitches and everything. That'd be cool, you feel me? I don't enjoy this shit, you feel me?
So what kind of steps do you guys think you guys took early on in life to make it where you have to walk around with this stuff?
So he's putting accountability on them. He's asking them, so what step do you think you took that got you into this lifestyle?
Or is it just a matter of where you are grown up at?
Yeah, it's that environment. This should be...
So they get it. They actually get it. They know that it's their environment. They get it.
Yeah, this should be a cycle, bro. Motherfuckers who's older than us was beefing with motherfuckers and all that shit. Should just be a cycle, bro.
So, okay, he literally explained why the kids keep dying in Chicago. He said people older than us have been fighting for the longest, and they just get born into it. So, this brings me back to the guy who lost his brother. The guy who lost his brother, if he has children, wants and desires for the gun violence to continue. And if he keeps his children in that same city and they become victims, I don't understand why he would request that.
And then by us being so young, when we actually...
And free the killer at the same time.
Came, what I'm saying? Being so young around all this shit, it just, we grew, what I'm saying? We basically just grew.
Yeah, we basically grew into it. So the man in the white t-shirt said, we were so young, we were always around it. Like Chief Spaz said, they started getting guns at like 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. And now they're 30. So, of course, they're going to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more produced. The issue is that these 3 gentlemen are apparently the good ones. These are the men that don't want to kill and harm teenagers and beat up little girls and shoot at crowds of people trying to dance. So these are the good ones. So we don't even have conversations with the ones that aren't on social media, that don't get caught, or that just want to get high and just pull triggers on teenagers. We don't really get to see those conversations or see those people.
If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and giving a like to this video. And if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, you get access to exclusive live streams and extra content as well. This is Nick, and I'll see you next video.
Yeah, so shout out Nick. That was a really, really good video. I would have loved to ask a few different questions, But a lot of, as you can see, when he did ask questions, they were very secretive and weren't trying to give anything away. And so it created kind of this weird relationship with them where you weren't really going to understand a lot of their lifestyle, though they need help. So if this was a great conversation, let me know and we will explore more of this in the future. And this was Streetlife versus Musicianship. And let me know, would that environment help you, your children, or any musician you know thrive as a musician? So if so, let me know in the comments. If not,